Hello everybody and welcome to the demo for Acceptable Losses, a World War I era game focusing not on the physical fighting but focusing on the role of being an officer, deciding who goes where, who lives, who dies, who gets the nice easy jobs, and what the consequences of that is. This is exciting, I like these kind of games. Lieutenant Whitton, welcome to the trenches. I trust your training stateside prepared you for what lies ahead. You are hereby assigned command of the platoon, Company G. Your predecessor, Lieutenant Graves, this is an American company. Lieutenant Graves was evacuated 2 days ago. We've seen increased enemy movement along our wire. Keep your men sharp and disciplined. My orderly will brief you on current operations at 0600 hours. Captain J.C. Woolridge, Company G, 38th Infantry Regiment. Okay. So this, I believe, for the demo is a 10-day campaign. Attention, Lieutenant, you're about to be deployed to the front line, so listen carefully. Above are your scorecards. Along the bottom of the card there are 3 stats: morale, fatigue and cohesion. In the upper left corner is the squad's veteran status, so green, so they're all greenhorns. On the folder tab there are 2 numbers. The first is the number of active soldiers and the second is the number of total soldiers. You can find stat terms and other definitions in your manual. A squad can have up to 10 soldiers at a time. A squad with at least 8 soldiers is considered full. A squad should have at least 5 active soldiers to remain operational. Any less renders them inactive and unable to take part in missions. Soldiers in an inactive squad do get some rest, but it also means another mission goes unassigned, and if HQ finds out, they won't like it. To inspect the soldiers of the squad, right-click on the squad card. The soldier's last name and veteran status is shown along the top, with their morale, fatigue and cohesion along the bottom. Squad stats and veteran status are the average of all soldiers within the squad. A soldier may become inactive if morale or fatigue pass extremely poor thresholds. Their stats and veteran status contribute to the squad average regardless. Okay, so we've got first squad, second squad, third squad and fourth squad. Okay, we're on September the 4th. It's a 10-day campaign. These are today's missions sent out from HQ. The mission card contains from top to bottom mission difficulty, so the shield with 1 to 4 stars, mission name and description. You may notice a banner below a mission card, hover the cursor over it to learn what it means. In the description you may notice green and or red text. Green text indicates modifiers that decrease the mission space difficulty. Red text indicates that those that can increase it. Your squad stats, veteran status and sometimes the number of active soldiers will impact your chance of success. Go ahead and assign your squads by clicking and dragging them onto missions. Okay, so we need to stand to. This is a mandatory mission. All men to fire in positions at dawn and dusk, early start, late finish, make sure the soldiers can stay awake. So we've got to make sure this is done. But we also have some other jobs to do. Okay, well, first squad is going to stand to. And I've played the very first day here, so I know that you can assign the officer here. You see, if I take the officer, i.e. myself, off, it increases the mission difficulty. This is a mandatory mission. We want to make this as easy as possible, so we will come out ourselves. We need to make sure all our soldiers can stay awake, which they can. Dig out collapsed trench walls and shore them up. Don't know if we need to do digging duty for the time being, but we'll put 4th squad on that. Barbed wire maintenance, probably useful. Night watch and night recon patrol. Everyone should be available to stay awake. You're in command of 4 squads, but are given 5 missions. It's up to you to decide which missions are left undone for the day. Of course, HQ might not always agree with your choice. As platoon commander, your men look to you for guidance. You may choose to remain behind the lines or personally join a squad on their mission. If you join them, the men get a boost in confidence, but remember, this is war, and you're not immune to its costs. To join a squad on a mission, move our dog tag over. I'm just looking at the cohesion. So first squad and third squad are slightly less cohesive than second and fourth squad are. I'm here with first squad, so that's fine. I'm just going to swap fourth and third around, I think. Fourth are bonded, so they're probably better off doing the tougher mission, and we'll leave third squad to do the digging duty. We'll leave the barbed wire maintenance for now. Missions can have multiple outcomes. Success typically boosts your men, while failure typically hurts them physically and mentally. Fatigue will generally increase regardless of outcome, however some missions will give your soldiers a break. Sometimes during a mission, something happens that needs your attention. These mission incident reports appear over the mission card. If you are on the mission with the incident, you'll be given a choice on how to handle it. Some choices will be risky, but will have a better reward. Once all missions are resolved, press End Day to finish the day phase. Okay, so we've got 2 incident reports. First was the night recon patrol. The men found a Bosch tangled in the wire, not long dead. They recovered a packet of smokes and a worn photo of women and 2 children. Okay, so the morale has gone down there a little bit, presumably because we've seen that this German soldier has a family. And what about here at the night watch? The silence was broken, a lone voice began singing out in no man's land. The tune repeated, mournfully, twice more than abruptly stopped. It was not heard again. And so actually our men have bonded from that. Excellent. So fourth squad's doing pretty well. However, only 2 of our 4 missions were a success. So the night recon patrol was a failure, with Dan Moon being wounded. So that increases enemy activity and doesn't do particularly well for our morale, cohesion or fatigue. And the one we were supposed to actually resolve here, the mandatory mission, also failed. Half the men were still buttoning their coats when the whistle blew, could have been costly. So cohesion and fatigue goes up, or cohesion goes down, fatigue goes up, but nothing actually negative in terms of global consequences. Overwhelming success here with the night watch. So cohesion, fatigue and morale goes up. And success with the digging duty, trench condition goes up, as well as cohesion, fatigue and morale. Not too bad. 2 out of 4 I feel is not bad at all. However, a couple of squads I imagine will need some time to recover their wounded soldiers. The sun has set, but that doesn't mean your duties as a commissioned officer are over. Time for the bureaucracy of war. You may find incident reports, medical reports, reinforcements, and intel reports in the upper left. At any point during the night phase, you may reassign soldiers to and from squads. Any incoming soldiers, either from the medical tent or as reinforcements, can be assigned to a squad. Those would appear at the right are the soldiers ready for duty. For soldiers that aren't getting along with others, i.e. poor cohesion, you can punish them by dragging and dropping them to the right under confinement. Of course, they won't like it. The squad mates might not agree with it either, so make sure they deserve it. Everyone looks pretty okay for the time being. Right, instant report here. Tension boiled over. 2 men came to blows over an accusation of food hoarding. Men placed bets. So global consequences, cohesion's gone down with a 40% chance. Yeah, it's not ideal. And the medical report here. The medical report displays who is wounded and who is killed in action. Those in recovery show when they are expected to be fit to return to duty. If at any time you have an inactive soldier, you may send them to the medical tent. They'll get some rest, but you have no control on when they return. As with any recovery, complications may occur. This will likely extend their stay or even result in killed in action. So Dan Moon is fit for duty tomorrow. He's our only wounded soldier so far. And let's have a look at our intel report. High pressure moving in will bring clear skies. Continue normal operations, supply level satisfactory. The trenches in good condition with no immediate issues. Defences are holding for now, but improvements are strongly advised. Scout support higher than normal enemy on activity on the enemy side. And enemy lines are fortified with scattered weak points. So the defences we want to improve. The trench we don't need to work on as much. That's it for the night phase. When you're ready for tomorrow, press end night. Good luck, Lieutenant. Okay, everyone's back. However, second squad is down a soldier. Now what do we have to do here today? So salvage operations, bayonet drill, digging duty, cutting party and listening post. Listening post is a 3 out of 4 stars. If we're going to do that, we want to bring along ourselves. Defences could do with improvement. Enemy activity is heavy. I'm not thrilled by that. Bayonet drill. Organized close quarters training gets the blood pumping. Steady nerves essential for this one. Make sure the soldiers can stay awake, keeping formation no matter what. So these guys are firm. The rest of they're tight. We'll give this to 4th squad. It's only a 1 out of 4 star. Our most experienced squad is 2nd squad, but they are also down a man. Can I move? I don't think I can move people here. I can only move them at the end of the day. That's interesting. So depending on which squad you highlight, it changes the level of the mission. So for example, 1st squad here for the listening post mission is a 3 out of 4 stars, but is only a 2 out of 4 stars for any of the other squads. So we don't want to send 1st squad out on that. That would be too much. Enemy activity is heavy, so we're going to want someone who's got a full squad and probably morale is high. We'll send 4th squad out to do the listening post. We want someone with steady nerves. So actually no, we'll send 4th squad over to do the bayonet drill, because steady nerves are essential. And they're the ones with the best morale. And awake and cohesion. Then, who's best for fatigue? We'll send 3rd squad out to do the listening post. 1st squad needs a bit more experience. They're still very kind of new. I don't know if we need to work on the trench. Trench is in good condition, so let's focus on the cutting party and salvage operations. Question is, who does what? Doesn't really matter because enemy activity is high regardless. We'll send 2nd squad out to the cutting party. 1st squad will go out on the salvage operations. We'll join the salvage operations with the kind of weakest unit we have so far. I think that's fine. We have an incident report on the mission for salvage operations. One of the men spots extra gear over the ridge. Do you order them to grab it or call it a day? Call it a day. Be safe. The men stick to their safer spots and bring back plenty. Consequences and automatic success. Okay, so 3 out of 4 successful. Wonderful. So supplies go up as well as cohesion and morale, although fatigue goes up as well. Fatigue is always going to go up. The only one we failed is the bayonet drill. Half the men can fix their bayonet if their lives depended on it, which they will. We managed to knock out the enemy wire, and HQ is taking note from the listening post. Excellent, that's a pretty good day with no major issues. Right, incident report. Someone scored something obscene on the latrine walls. Got a few laughs, so cohesion and morale goes up. Nothing wrong with a bit of trench humour. These lads are going through a lot. Medical report. Dan Moon is released. Excellent. He can rejoin 2nd squad to bring 2nd squad back up to a full outfit of 8. Okay, continue normal operations. Supply level satisfactory. The trench is in good condition. Defences are holding for now, but improvements are strongly advised. Enemy forces are on high alert, and enemy lines are fortified with scattered weak points. Pretty much the same as yesterday, I would say. Day 3. What have we got today? Okay, so we've got a few things. Request for squad. HQ needs a squad for a few days. This is mandatory. Steady nerves and basically our most experienced squad needs to go to HQ, fine. Who's best to do that? Probably second squad, because they're raw. They've got a slightly better veteran status. Clear the crater I'm concerned about. But we'll send second squad over here. Digging latrines or trench foot prevention. Which one of those feels more important? Anyway, let's clear the crater, secure the shell crater in front of our wire, finders keepers. This calls for 2 squads. Let's send the 2 bonded squads to clear the crater. That's going to be a difficult mission though. We're going to join that to try and knock down the mission difficulty because that's an important one. And we will also do trench foot prevention, I think. See how that goes. Okay, so request for a squad. This squad will be perfect for the job, so global consequences. HQ goes up, wonderful. And trench foot goes down, cohesion morale goes up, although we do have a lack of morale from the fact that latrines weren't dug. But the main problem is we had a failure with the clear the crater. We reached the crater, but the Bosch were waiting, took casualties and had to fall back. Willard Badgett is killed in action. Joe Harbour is wounded. Homer Patro is wounded. So we lost a soldier, and we lost 2 to wounds. That's unfortunate. That's our first death. Oh, we've inscribed it into the desk. Okay, so third squad is down 2 soldiers. Because, yeah, Patro is not doing too hot. Right, incident report. One of the men woke up screaming, couldn't be calmed. The others just lay there staring into space. Willard Badgett killed in action. Joe Harbour recovering for 2 days, with Homer Patro recovering in 5. We've only got 3 squads to work with tomorrow, with second squad away doing things for HQ. Continue normal operations. The trench is in good condition. Everything looks roughly the same. Enemy forces on high alert, making further scouting missions risky. Reconnaissance indicates substantial enemy defences in this sector. It's not ideal. Okay, so third squad is down 2 members, so we have to give them something relatively easy to do. And we've got 5 missions, 2 of which are mandatory, which is hardly ideal. So then, how are we doing? Right, so let's focus on the 2 ones that we have to go after. Artillery spotting and stand 2, all meant to firing positions at dawn and dusk. Okay, so these people need to stay awake. Is there any way we can make this easier for ourselves? Okay, so 4th squad can't do the artillery spotting because that makes it more difficult for them. So it's either got to be with 1st or 3rd. I think 3rd could do with a bit of a break. They're firm, but they are a bit fatigued. But they are also bonded. Okay, so 1st squad does the artillery spotting. 4th squad does the stand 2. And 3rd squad, you're relatively low in terms of squad members. Don't think we need to do the night watch. I'd like to focus on health within the camp. So we'll go for rat catching. And that's also a 1-star mission, so that's not too bad for us. It's interesting that actually going on here alters the barbed wire maintenance as well. If we go here, that makes stand 2. Okay, We'll go here. Stand 2 easy. Makes the stand 2 a bit safer. The artillery spotting will have to just do it regardless. However, we've got an instant report here on mission stand 2. A runner arrives with conflicting orders. Hold position until dawn. Or rotate shifts early. Either choice carries a risk. If we hold, we're going to be fatigued. But the morale will presumably be good. Hold till dawn. The men grow weary, no contact, but alertness suffers. Yeah, that's to be expected. Oh, really? Okay, so we failed the bolt line maintenance. We had an overwhelming success with the artillery spotting. We failed on stand 2. Skipping the mission costs many lives. Itchy's not happy. Hubert Faulkner of first is killed, as is Simon Yerby of the first. And we've had 3 wounds there as well. I suppose we should have kept someone on night watch. Morale has gone up though, which is good. But we lost some soldiers there. That was bad in terms of losses there. Third squad and first squad are taking a battering. A runner burst in, saying one of us was hit. We sent a stretcher team under fire. Okay. 3 killed in action. It's hardly ideal. Joe Harbour fit for duty tomorrow. Everyone else in the process of recovering.
Sir?
Okay, lesson learned. Don't neglect the night watch. We need to do a little bit of adjustment to make sure that some squads are ready to go, because at the moment the third squad does not have enough troops to be active. What we'll do, we'll move Connolly over, so we've got 3 fairly small squads and a slightly better, bigger squad, although they are struggling for their fatigue and morale. Could definitely do with some reinforcements, that's for sure. Hopefully nothing too major for us to do here. Okay, so it looks to me like the night raid is the major problem there. Okay, so 4th squad is not going to be good enough to take on the resupply patrol. But they are also our most numerous squad. I think human fog is rolling in. Let's send you guys in. You are tired. Can we double squad you? No, we can't. That's unfortunate. Trench is in good condition, so I don't think we need to work on digging duty. I think we'll send you guys out on the night raid. That could go badly, badly wrong. But I feel like we've got to try and knock down the enemy position. Who's the most rested out of you guys? Not 3rd squad. So 1st squad is green, so they can go do some grave digging. 2nd squad can go on a resupply patrol. And 3rd squad can look after the horses. We will join the night raid. I'm concerned we will struggle. Instant report on the mission grace. One of the men dropped his shovel and sat down in the pit, hands shaking, talking to himself. He didn't move, just sat there. The other men shook their heads, so outcome modifier goes down, as well as morale and cohesion. What about the horses? One of the mules kicked up a fuss and refused to eat the feed. They tried everything. My goodness, we got mostly successes there. So, a failure from the grave digging. They barely broke ground, ended up bruised and tired, their hearts weren't in it, so fatigue goes up. And morale goes down. However, squad cohesion goes up, and squad morale goes up with tending the horses. HQ is happy with us for the night raid, and we've got some supplies at the resupply patrol. Given we're down a few soldiers, that was pretty good actually. Well-worn dice clattered against mess tins like every other night. Medical report. Joe Harbour is back on duty with another few coming over the next couple of days.
Sir?
Okay. Let's have a look here. High chance of light to moderate rainfall in the area. Incoming reinforcements 5. The trenches holding together. A few stabilisers wouldn't hurt. Defences are makeshift at best. Okay. Now, HQ evaluation. What do you think? How are we doing? 10 out of 15 for morale and discipline. 8 out of 15 for trench management. 10 out of 15 for combat effectiveness. And 7 out of 15 for casualty rates. With a 35 out of 40 adherence to orders. Overall, 70 out of 100 is pretty good, I would say. Now then, who... So third squad is now brothers. They're doing really well. I'd like to reinforce that. I have just actually made that worse, haven't I? By putting in Joe Arbor, because he's only tight. So actually, he might be better off in a different squad. Let's keep third as they are, because they are brothers. I think that sounds sensible. Sounds like it's raining. Right. So stretcher detail, disposal detail, medical training, prisoner escort, and delousing station. The most tough one of that will be the stretcher detail. Evacuate the wounded to the rear, site. Heavy rain will impede movement and operations. Enemy activity is heavy. Make sure that soldiers can stay awake. If we put... We'll put first squad on that, because there's 6 of them. And we might even put down the... I was going to say I can put myself on there, but that's not going to be that useful. Next important mission is defences. You guys are tired, you're fatigued. Your cohesion's pretty good. So you need to do something relatively easy. You're going to go to the delousing station. Then what else do we want to do? We want to do prisoner escort. Disposal detail, we need to get rid of bodies, that's for sure. You guys are bonded, so you're probably better at dealing with the dead bodies, and I think you can do prisoner escort. We will join in the stretcher detail. Okay, so success with the stretcher detail, morale goes up. Disposal detail, disease goes down, trench condition goes up, as well as cohesion going up. Medical training, global consequences of recovery days goes up, that's not ideal. We have a Pyrrhic success with the prisoner escort. Deliver the Germans, will not perform one left of guard with a cracked rib and a bruised ego. Okay, that's not bad. And disease goes down. So generally we've knocked down disease, which is important, I would say. By the way, let's have a look at our dead here. William Badger died at 28, Hubert Falkland died at 23, Simon Yearby died at age 26, and Paul Hardcastle at age 24. Okay, so Blackjack by Candlelight, the new guy lost his cigarettes again. Medical report. Jowers is back, but he's still a little bit shaken. Dan Moon and Virgil Hendrickson should be back tomorrow. Aha, reinforcements. Excellent, but they're all going to be relatively new. What I might do, I might put all the guys into a new squad and go from there. So I'm going to buff up the other squads. Probably not third squad. Do we have anyone that's really tightly bonded? So Fitz, you can move over to here. Anyone that's like really bonded well together, I think would be ideal. So you're already rested. We'll move Dorman over to here. So I have two full-size squads. You are fierce. Okay. So we'll move you over to second squad. We'll make a good second squad as we can. Whoever's tired will stay here. So we go ready, fresh bonded, ready rested brothers, ready fresh and bonded. Now Jowers, I want to probably, I might give you another day off in, he's not inactive, fine, okay, so we can't do that. He's bonded though. Could he go in here? He could. And we'll put all the new lads in first squad. That can be the training squad, so to speak. So we've got a 6, a 7, an 8 and an 8. That's not bad. Third squad is probably our best squad because they're brothers, so their cohesion is really high. I think that'll be ideal. Right, what have we got today on the 10th of September? Okay, we need to stand to. That's an important thing for us to do. We also have a trench flood response. That being said, the trench is in good condition. No immediate issues, so I feel like we could almost leave that one. Storm conditions will complicate all operations. This calls for a full squad. Does that mean we need to double up? No, we just need a squad there to be able to assist. Fine. Well, stand 2 is the most important one, and it requires people to be fresh or rested. We'll send 4th squad to do that. First squad, you're the newbies, so you're going to do mortar support. 3rd squad can manage the... can anyone manage the salvage operations better? 2nd squad can go here. 3rd squad can go here. We can make the salvage operations a little bit easier. See how that goes. Mortar support has an incident. When the men were carrying ammo crates, one box felt strangely light. Turns out they were carrying cigarettes to the front, not that anyone complained. Oh, that's a lot of failures. Any deaths? No. Okay, so the supply chain broke down and the mortars went silent. The enemy took advantage. Half the men were still buttoning their coats when the whistle blew. Could have been costly. Only success we had was with the salvage operations, so supplies have gone up. Trench condition has gone down. Not ideal, but no wounds, no deaths. I'd say that's fairly successful in the grand scheme of things. Fountain, empty ammo box, stuff with cigarettes. They didn't last long. A couple of people back from duty, excellent. The trench could withstand a shell or two, but not much more than that. We need to repair the trench and do the defences. And scouting missions are going to be tough. Right. Who needs more squads? Or more troops in their squad? 4th squad is tired. They're pretty fatigued. Everyone's just tired in that squad, fine. They had a tough day. First is still our kind of newbie squad, I would say. If I put you in there, does that brings that group down? So I don't think we want to do that. We'll put them into here. And Hendrickso is shaken. We'll put him in first squad. He can be the... Yeah, he can go in there. That's fine. I think that's okay. 4th squad is still tired, so they're going to need a quiet day. Storm conditions making everything tough. There's nothing which requires actively doing in terms of required missions, but we do need to focus on the trench, and all these missions appear to be tough. 3rd squad, probably our highest rated squad, can knock all of these down. Enemy forces are on high alert. Enemy activity shows they're ready to push. Okay, 1st squad, you're going to have to deal with the trench flood response. We'll go with them to do that. Listening post, I think we'll have to leave for now. Second squad can do the forest trap or the cutting party. We'll send them to do the forest trap. 4th squad, all they can really do is go after the cutting party. 3rd squad here can do the night watch. We know we need to keep the night watch alive. And the listening post will just have to wait, unfortunately. Okay, incident report for cutting party. The corporal reported finding what looked like a thin patch of enemy wire. It turned out to be a shortcut that may make quick progress. The outcome modifier goes up, so it's cohesion. And the trench flood response. The water's much deeper than expected. Do you drain first? Or start laying duckboards over the water? Duckboards over the water. Drain it first. Draining pays off. The duckboards go down easily. Wow, a full success. That is pretty rare. So, overwhelming success. Enemy defences goes down. Overwhelming success here as well. Enemy activity goes down. HQ goes up, counteracting the listening post failure. Night watch, nothing happened, which is just how we like it. Another boring watch. And the trench condition goes up. Very nice indeed. That was well worth doing. On the incident report, a whole ration crate was gnawed through. The rats left nothing. Don't blame them. It's going to knacker our morale a bit. Homer Patro is fit for release. And we've got 2 soldiers coming back tomorrow. You've got decent cohesion, but 2nd and 3rd squad are like brothers now. Patro is going to come into 4th squad. Trench is in good condition. Defence is a makeshift at best, though. We need to deal with that. Enemy activity seems normal. Enemy defence is a patchwork at best. The scrambling to rebuild. Right, a really good day for us then. Right, on to the 12th. What orders do we have today? Anything we have to do? No. 4th squad is still tired. We could just send them on to like latrine duty, but that's already a very easy task. We'll put them on digging duty because the trench... Actually, the trench is in good condition, so we don't necessarily need that done. We'll put them on latrine duty. I know there's 9 in the squad. Well, it doesn't need to be. We can probably change that. The most difficult one is the fire squad here. It looks to me like the best people to do that are the 2nd squad. They're now at a veteran status of 4 out of 5. They're doing really well. And we will support them with that. I think. Or do we set up a new position on the river crossing? So, 2nd squad, we need to decide between the river crossing and the fire squad. We also probably want to look at barbed wire maintenance, which I didn't even see, but actually we can make that much more likely to be successful. If we put this squad here, that means we don't give them an opening. 3rd squad can handle the digging duty. That's it, we don't need them. We don't need them to do digging duty. Do we need the fire squad? I'm not sure. 1st squad will have to manage the river crossing. You'll have to manage that, and we will support... Well, the 1st squad doesn't actually benefit from us being there. 3rd squad does, and the 3rd squad are more important to us than 1st squad. 1st squad is our training unit, I would say. Right, the barbed wire maintenance has an issue. One of the men got caught in the wire during the operation. He panicked and yelled. The man managed to climb loose. He came away with a few scrapes. The Bosch stayed quiet. Okay, so we got success, enemy activity down with HQ up. And these guys are becoming more and more as veterans. Good. Trench condition goes down, but that's fine. We didn't manage to do the river crossing. The river was too deep. Gear sank and the men had to turn back halfway. Supplies goes down, but otherwise not too bad. Morale and defences goes up elsewhere. Excellent. We want to take Cook out of this squad. We'll see. We found a stash of tin peaches behind some sandbags. Smiles around. Excellent. Archie, Gilbert and Michael Joyner have been released. Gilbert, you're going to probably into confinement, I would say. Because your cohesion's too low. And we need you to be better at that. Joyner is pretty good. I think you can join 2nd squad. I know that lowers the quality. So we'll move into 3rd squad. Trenches holding together, defense is holding for now, enemy presence is light. Okay, I think we're doing pretty well. This infernal rain is causing issues. Ah, it's finally over. Peace and quiet in my headphones. Right, September 13th. Do we have we have 2 missions that have additional issues. So stand to is mandatory, and clear the crater requires 2 squads. Well, 2nd or 3rd can do stand 2. These guys are tired, so we'll send out you guys. Clear the crater is the big problem. We'll send out the green group, as it were. And you guys will have to join them on that, I think. Night recon patrol. I think that's fine. We'll put the decoy positions there. And we'll join the clear the crater. I don't know if we need to do night recon patrol per se. 2 failures, not ideal. A couple of losses today, fine. So, a woman's success here, so score consequences go up. We had a failure at the decoy positions. The enemy wasn't fooled one bit, and a few real heads paid the price. Leon Cleland is killed in action. And unfortunately, at the crater, we reached the crater, but the Bosch were waiting. Took casualties and had to fall back. Gerald Brookout is killed in action, with Samuel Purcell and Lawrence Harris wounded. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Archie Gilbert received punishment. Okay, his cohesion's back. Let's see what else we've got doing first. One of our R's dragged a wounded man back under heavy fire. Word spread fast. Medical report, 2 killed in action with some recovering. Died at age 23 and 25. Sir. Supply inventory is running low. Resupply advised. The trench is holding together. Defence is holding for now. Enemy activity seems normal with no notable changes. Now HQ, what do you think of us? 12, 9, 10, 10, 35. With a score of 76 out of 100. That's actually an improvement over what we had before. You can come join first squad again. I think you've learnt your lesson now. Everyone's starting to become a little bit tired apart from first squad though. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Lieutenant, your trial command has concluded. Headquarters have reviewed your conduct of these past 10 days at the front. The men under your charge have performed as ordered, and the reports have reached us in proper form. Further orders await us in the full campaign. Until then, you are relieved of duty. The war is not yet won, Lieutenant. You will be called upon again. Captain J.C. Woolridge, Company G, 38th Infantry Regiment. There we go. Quite a clear understanding there that the demo has come to an end. Now what is to come? Soldier promotions, advance your veterans through the ranks, medals and citations to recognise performance and shape morale. Expanded HQ interaction and influence and leverage when it's needed. More missions, so push deeper into enemy territory, more events, face larger crisis and wider threats, prove your command and lead the final over-the-top sequence. So presumably everything will have to be ready for that. But yes, that there is going to be the end of this video and the end of the demo. This here is Acceptable Losses, and I love these kind of games. I love games where you're forced to make tough choices that have consequences, but also tangible results when things go your way. So for the middle of that 10-day campaign, we were in a really good spot where things were kind of going well and the enemy was on the back front. Towards the end, we started to take a few losses, but overall, I would say we did pretty well. If you'd like to try this out for yourself, there is a link down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.